Hello BookTube, my name is Elizabeth, and this is the Celebrity Book Tag. The very amazing Savannah from Sarcasm Persuasion tagged me in the Celebrity Book Tag. Thank you so much, Savannah. I love this tag so much, and I am super excited about doing it. Of course, Savannah and the creator, who I cannot remember right now, will be linked in the doobly-doo, so definitely go check those people out, and let's get started. Sorry I'm super protective over my Starbucks today. It's necessary to give me life right now. Question number 1. Emma Watson, a book with a hot, kick-ass female character. And for that, I picked Alyssa from the Splintered series. I mean, this is a very good rendition of what she looks like in the book. And I mean, that's some pretty good looking character right there. I think she is just freaking gorgeous. Not to mention, she is so kick-ass, it's not even funny. She kicks some serious butt in this book series. It is so good. I am actually in the middle of reading the second book in this series right now, and it is just amazing. I love Alyssa so much. Question number 2, Ryan Gosling, a book with a hot male character, and I'm probably the only woman in all of America, but I just don't find Ryan Gosling attractive at all. But I digress. My favorite male character recently in a book series is Guy. That's his name, is Guy, from the Fire and Flood series. He is so dreamy. The way that he was described in the book was just enough detail where you get a good look, you know kind of what he looks like, but it didn't give so much detail where you can still imagine things, and he just, to me, the way he looks in my head is so dreamy, and him as a character, his personality, I love so much. He's one of those dark and mysterious, doesn't say a lot of words type, and I love it. I love him. Question number 3 is Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. Who's your favorite book couple? And every single time I think of a book couple that is just my OTP, I think of Jack and Ellen from the Warrior Air series. I do not have the first book because I actually gave it away in a giveaway a couple of weeks ago to the amazing Sylvia, and she also has a booktube channel, so check her out. I will link her down below as well because she's just awesome. But anyway, I always think of Jack and Ellen. They are just perfect. They're the couple that you know loves each other but can still mess with each other, and they have healthy competition, and they're just, I love them so much. There are no words. I think that they're going to get married and be together forever and have babies. I love them. Jack and Ellen do not show up as much at the end of the series than they did in the first 2 books, The Warrior Heir and The Wizard Heir, but I just love them so much. They're just perfect for each other. They are made for each other. The first book is the beginning sort of their relationship, and you just see their relationship blossom and grow and become amazing throughout this whole series. It just gives me all the feels. And the thing is that there's not like romance and kissy and lovey-dovey. It's just they're there and they're together and they're perfect for one another, and you can just feel it. I love it. It's amazing. My favorite couple of all time. Question number 4 is Shailene Woodley, a author that you have recently discovered and absolutely love, and that author for me is 100% Ellen Hopkins. I read one of her books that was the Booksplosion Book of the Month, like 3 or 4 months ago, and I fell in freaking love. Every single book that I've read from her has been fantastic. It just is like one of those jaw-dropping, oh my god, that did not just happen type books. It's so good, and it is entertainment. I enjoy it, but it also makes me think, and I love that about books. And I love that about books, that they can be enjoyable and entertainment, but it makes you think at the same time too, and that is just amazing. Another thing I love about Ellen Hopkins is that she writes in verse, so her books are just super easy to fly through, and I love her so much. Her writing style, the characters that she creates are absolutely perfect. I just don't ever see myself reading a book of hers that I don't like. She's amazing, simple as that. Question number 5 is Josh Hutcherson. What is your favorite novella or short story? And the funny thing is that I've only ever read 2 short stories in my entire life, and I've never read a novella. So, and I picked both of them because they're both so good for different reasons. The first one is George Orwell's Animal Farm. I actually just got done with this a couple of days ago. I gave it a 5-star rating. I was not expecting much out of this because I just don't enjoy classics, but I loved it so much. The symbolism and the irony is so crazy. It was just amazing. I loved it. The first novella that I actually ever read was for the Cramathon at the end of 2014, and that was Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist by Rachel Cohen and David Levithan. And the thing that I loved most about this is that the two main characters, Nick and Nora, meet at a bar where his band is playing, so it's a lot of local small bands and stuff like that. And my boyfriend was in a band and traveled all around this area going to small dive bars and stuff like that, and I've experienced that sort of setting a lot, and I'm very familiar with it. So I connected with this book so much. It was so well written. I connected with the characters. I really, really enjoyed it. So I just couldn't choose between the two, Animal Farm and Nick and Nora, because they're so different, and I enjoyed them both so much. I'm pretty sure I gave both of them a 5 out of 5-star rating. And I just couldn't choose between them. They're both amazing. Question number 6 is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson favorite book over 500 pages, and that absolutely has to be Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. My copy was 849 pages, and that is just crazy. And I'm sure that there are other books that I've read over 500 pages. I just can't think of them right now, and I just know that's the only one, but even then, it's probably still right there at the top. It is just so good. Outlander is fabulous. If you guys have not read Outlander yet, you need to get on it. Question number 7 is Leonardo DiCaprio, your book with the most upsetting death, and I'm not allowed to give any spoilers, but there are several deaths in the Pendragon series by DJ McHale, and they are all upsetting. The most upsetting death in the whole series is probably the death of one of the characters in book 10, and that was just crazy. I mean, it's the last book in the series, and someone had to die. It's just crazy. A lot of main important characters die in this series, and every single one of them is just a blow to the book series, and it stung me right in the heart. It sucked so bad. But the one that's most upsetting to me in the whole series is definitely the character who died in book 10, and it just sucked. I'm like grieving right now. I'm grieving all over again because it was so upsetting. I cried. My brother read the series before me, and I called him, and he knew I was reading the book. And I called him crying, and he's like, "So-and-so died, didn't they?" And I was like, "Yes. Yes, they did." And I was just so sad. It was bad. It was so bad. Question number 8 is Kristen Stewart, a book that you found boring, and that absolutely 100% has to go to Tithe by Holly Black. I don't know what else to say. I was actually really bummed because the first Holly Black book that I ever read was The Iron Child by Cassandra Clare and Holly Black, and I loved it. It was so good. And then I read her short story that was in My True Love Gave to Me, and it sucked. And then I read Tithe, and it was just boring. I couldn't even get through it. I DNF'd it. It sucked so bad. And then I just actually got The Darkest Part of the Forest, which was a new release. It just came out this week, so I'm really, really nervous about reading it, because I haven't liked anything by Holly Black except for The Iron Trial, but she wrote that with Cassandra Clare, so I'm not sure if that was Cassandra Clare made it awesome, or I just don't like Holly Black's books, but I guess we'll find out, because I'm going to be reading The Darkest Part of the Forest very soon. Yeah, but I did not like Tithe at all. Question number 9 is Ian Somerhalder and His Cat, the cutest book on your bookshelf, and that definitely has to go to The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, and I loved this cover to begin with. Just a gorgeous cover overall. It's such a pretty book. But after I read it, it became much cuter, because this is Marco and this is Celia, and if you know their story from the book and you are a fan of their relationship that develops over the course of the book, I just think that this is adorable. Like, Marco is looking back at Celia, and it's just so cute, and their outfits are just adorable. I love this book cover so much. It is cutest, so cute, adorable. I love it. Question number 10 is Jennifer Lawrence, The Most Perfect Book, and that 100% has to go to The Sin Eater's Daughter by Melinda Salisbury. This is the most perfect book that I have read recently. I just cannot stop talking about this book. It is perfect for me. It has the right amount of romance and fantasy and suspense, and it's just so good. I give this a 5 out of 5 stars. It is my favorite book that I've read so far in 2014. I love it so much. I want everybody to read it. This book comes out February 24th. Please go and buy a copy so that you can fangirl with me about this series. It is amazing. So I'm going to tag some people. I'm going to tag Chloe over at the Brunette Bibliophile, Danny the Insatiable Bookie, PT from PT Hilton, and Janie from the Bookworms Buddy. I am so excited to see all you guys do this tag. I looked to make sure you didn't do it, but I hope you actually didn't in case I missed it or something. But thank you guys so much for coming to my celebrity book tag. If you enjoyed it, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.